Welcome back to Sailing Liajo. We made it to Bahia Tortuga. We had one last night before we pulled into the bay where the winds were just really heavy, and we ended up staying up about 8 hours hand steering the boat into the bay. And then we took a nap and woke up mid-morning and went into town. We got some beers and tacos, and then we just kind of hung out on the beach and watched the activities. After that, we headed back to the boat. The girls wanted to fish, so we put out the poles and fished for some bottom fish. They caught a few. I'm not exactly sure what they were, but it was an eventful day.
We have to oar our boat. Anna, how do you feel about this?
I mean, I feel fine. I don't know how Jenny feels.
To there. And we've gotten like almost halfway there in 25 minutes. So I think we're going to be, oh yeah. He doesn't think we're that close. Feels close. We have no cell service. Well, we do, but we don't have anybody to call because we know nobody's phone number. So we'll figure this out. We did see some cool dolphins though.
After being rescued at sea, we made it back safely, and we joined the rest of the Baja fleet at the local baseball park where we played against children in the annual baseball game. All of the proceeds go to the local children. It includes all the baseball gloves, bats, balls, and everything. It's a great donation for the kids, and they love it. Anna had an awesome time. Lane had an awesome time. All right, so that was it, day number 2. Day number 3 is the first beach party, and the locals come out and barbecue and make a bunch of food, provide it for the Baja Ha-Has, and we hang out on the beach, play volleyball, and just tell more stories and have a great time.
Okay, this is a bathroom. Yes. Hole in the toilet. Hole in the ground. That's all it is.
The girls wanted to fish, and they couldn't wait until we left the bay. So here they are, trying to eat their breakfast and fishing at the same time. Lord.
We're catching sea bass. I don't know if you can eat them though. It's one of those little guys. I need to get some fishing gloves.
Hey guys, just checking in. We're in the Pacific, headed down the Baja Peninsula still. We left Bahia Tortuga today about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're headed to Bahia Santa Maria. It's about a 36-hour sail. We motored the first part, it's just a little wind. Got the spinnaker up today. Our winds kicked up as planned in the forecast. We got to put the spinnaker out, and now things have been pretty steady for the last 3 hours. That's 16 knots. So right now we have just the main out and just a fraction of our jib sail, because we're pretty much headed dead downwind, and this boat just isn't set up yet for downwind sailing. So we're still trying to figure out the spinnaker. The winds are too heavy, too strong right now to put it up. But let's see if I can show you this. That's the full main out, and then come over here. You can see we just have just a little bit of the jib out, and that's because the main kind of blocks it if I put out the whole thing, and then it just flops around. I don't have a whisker pole to steady it and get it off, so I can kind of do a wing on wing. So anyways, things are going good. Boat's running good, engine's running good, got water maker going, so we're full of water. And the girls had a good time at the beach party last night, and I think they're feeling it today. I went light, so somebody had to be in charge, and they took naps today. I told them that they could stay down and sleep until 12 tonight. So I took two shifts back to back, and I'll go lay down around 12 midnight for about 6 hours. And hopefully by that time the winds have calmed down to the point where we get the spinnaker back up tonight, and keep our speed up so we can get into Bahia Santa Maria, preferably earlier than later. I don't want to come into it at night, so that's kind of like what our time is right now. So we can get into it tomorrow night. But we're doing about 6 knots just for the main and just a little bit of the jib out, so sailing's good. All right, we'll see you guys later. The next day was just some relaxed sailing, a bunch of sail changes, hanging out in the cockpit, and making meals and telling stories. When we finally made it down to Bahia Santa Maria, we got off the boat almost right away and did a hike up in the hills, and I went ahead and flew the drone.
Where's your dad? Did he go on the boat without you? She's checking out every boat, every dinghy, because he just left to go to customs. And
after we got back from our hike, we got called to finish up our check-in process to get checked into Mexico. It's a fairly easy process. And then we came back to the boat and hung out for the afternoon. And Anna and I went ahead and did a dive on the bottom of the boat and cleaned up the algae on the bottom.
Not at all. You afraid you're going to sink to the bottom when you jump in? I'm terrified. I'm just going to go all the way down.
Folks, Bahia Santa Maria. This is the Baja 2025 fleet. There's probably about 120 boats in there or so. This is day 2 for us. This is day 3. Just depends on how fast you sail or motor. We're up on the bluff at the surf camp, overlooking the bay, and Baja Committee runs in 2 bands. So they're all playing American music, golden oldies, classics, Creedence, Alabama, good stuff, nice and loud. And then in this building here, they're serving food, $20 for a plate of what appears to be either shrimp, lobster, or chicken. A mishmash of all that, with a salad, tortillas, and pico de gallo. It was a good meal with all the fixings and the dressings. And then they out front under the awning there, they have makeshift bar where they're making margaritas and passing out, what is it, Pacifico beer, I think. And then this is the bay break here on the inside. So the entrance is out there. It's about 7 miles across. So that just gives you an idea of how big it is. And then there's a large sandbar, out here that is probably about a 1/4 mile wide, and then sand dunes all the way up. And then up in here, you've got mangroves. And so all the fishing villages are up this river in the mangroves, and if you can get your dinghy across this break here, which isn't that hard. We've been across it probably 3 times. You just have to time it right. You go out to this sandbar here, and you can hang out for the day. You can bring a barbecue, drinks, a cooler, and hang out there. And then I went surfing yesterday out in this break right here. It's nice and shallow, or actually this part of the break right here, it's probably 4.5 feet deep. And today and yesterday the waves are 3 foot. So for a beginner like I am, it's perfect. On heavier swell days, I probably wouldn't be able to go out there, but I could stand up and wait for a wave, which was perfect. And then when I was ready, I just jumped on my board and started paddling and hit a wave, and it was just perfect and beautiful. I caught probably 10 or 12 waves in an hour's period. And again, that's because I'm learning. I'm not sure where my boat is out there.